Welcome to my channel. My name is Kacia Lee and I am a working artist. I have recently completed my Bachelor of Fine Arts at Kwantlen Polytechnic University in Surrey, BC, Canada. Next, I'm going to be taking some graphic design courses at BCIT, and I'm really excited about that so I can kind of combine my skills together and apply those to my own work. Right now we're sitting in my studio, aka my living room. I've worked in a variety of mediums like drawing, painting, acrylic and watercolor, ceramics, embroidery, and some textile art recently, like working with felt, pastels, charcoal. Recently I did some printmaking as well. Pretty much you name it, I've tried it. I am 31 years old. It took me about 7 years to do my Bachelor of Fine Arts. 2 of those years were over COVID where I didn't go to school, I took a break. So 5 years, about a year longer than the 4-year full-time estimate that they give you. Like if you're gonna take school full-time, 4 years is the average bachelor's degree. But for me, it took me 5 plus those 2 years of COVID that I took off. The reason I took time off during COVID from school is because I was really afraid, honestly, and just before COVID became a pandemic over here, I had my first known seizure at school. I was dehydrated that day. I hadn't really slept very well, and I was also incredibly stressed and anxious. I was walking from one room to the other and I just kind of froze up like a pencil and dropped backwards, seized for a few seconds, and I hit my head really hard on the concrete floor. It wasn't fun. I ended up with a concussion and I was sent to the hospital. I went into shock after I came to from my seizure. I kind of woke up with that stereotypical like movie scene of the camera angle, like looking up while there's people around the camera looking down at you. That was my reality, everyone kind of peering down at me, seeing if I'm okay. Thankfully, one of my professors was there to help me through the seizure. She helped get all the other students away so they weren't crowding me while this was going on. She had first aid come and she called an ambulance for me. So shout out to her. I'll always be thankful to her. Yeah, because of that experience, I decided to take a break from school. I wanted to adjust to my medication and kind of figure out what was going on with me. I haven't had a big seizure since that one, which was in 2020. But before this, I had been sick for a couple of years, pretty much every single day. And I would get extremely nauseous and have really bad stomach aches. I say stomach aches, but the pain was so bad that I would end up going to the hospital because I was in so much pain. That has gotten better. I don't know, they couldn't really figure out what was wrong with me, but after I had my seizure and I started on anti-seizure medication, I started getting sick less often. So I kind of just attribute that to my epilepsy. And also there was a time before all of this where I was living by myself, because I've lived on my own for quite a long time, and I believe, based on how I felt after the seizure at school, that I had a previous grand mal seizure by myself at my apartment. All I remember is walking out from the bathroom and waking up in my living room. I was walking from the bathroom to my living room and I imagine that I seized because I woke up on the floor, my towel was on the ground, and I was spread out kind of like a starfish. No idea how that happened, how I got on the floor. I was very disorientated and super dizzy when I came to. I had to call my mom. She came over to try and help me get to the hospital, but she was unable to even get me off the floor because I was that dizzy and I felt like I couldn't move. So we ended up calling an ambulance. We went there, they couldn't figure anything out, and they told me actually that It's because I smoked too much weed. I don't know if you guys have heard about cannabinoid hyperemesis, but that was definitely not what was going on here. I fully believe that I had a seizure at this time, now that I understand more of the symptoms and what's going on with my body. So I am doing a lot better right now. I am more functional, and I'm able to do stuff like this now, like film these videos for you and actually do my hair without having a panic attack and sweating through it all and having to go in the shower. So here I am making videos for you guys. I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you will get to know me a little bit better through these videos. I hope you guys subscribe. I have a list of diverse videos that I want to make for you guys. Color theory, color mixing, painting, watercolor, how to steal plants from your local mall. Not the stores, but in the hallways, whatever. I'm gonna do some videos on my plant, my studio, different supplies, how you can use them, all that kind of good stuff. Stay tuned, and I will see you soon.